don't tell me it's not working. Yay! Now it's working. You're just being persnickety. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm yelling at my camera. Uh, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it gets stubborn. There we go. Anyway, hi. This is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show. And the only subject I'm talking about today, since it was announced over the weekend, of this new so-called nominee for the Secretary of Homeland Security. Of course, you know that Noam was given the boot. Thank goodness. Um, I think this guy may be a little bit better, but I don't know. Um, I don't know if he has any leadership skills, if he knows anything about the workings of Homeland Security, the history of it, why it was put together. Um, it was basically, this happened back after 9/11. There were a lot of, when 9/11 occurred, if you remember, um, there were a lot of different agencies involved investigating how and why this happened. How did the hijackers get on the planes? How did they get bypass security and such and such? Well, you have these various agencies, law enforcement agencies, trying to run all over each other and try to take over the investigation and saying they're right and trying to crowd everybody else. In other words, nobody was working together as a team, working together to solve the issue and cooperating with one another. And there was no there were a lot of communication issues. You know, information wasn't being passed on as it should have been. Uh, to find these guys and everything. Of course, we know that all of them are dead now because they crashed 3 planes. Um, but anyway, Homeland Security was created by President Bush, George W. Bush. Uh, he says, hey guys, stop fighting each other. Start working together, start communicating, start collaborating, start, you know, make things safer for everybody, okay? In other words, he put his foot down and told them to stop bickering. Then, of course, as years went by and everything, we had some very good Homeland Security secretaries through the years, right? Remember? Um, Now, since under Taco Donnie, excuse me, McCord for space. Okay. They're flying their planes around. So sometimes they have a plane that flies over my apartment complex. Gets a little noisy. Um, but at least you know that they're practicing. That's the important thing. So anyway, Noam was, through her antics and her misuse and her not willing to listen, not willing to make things safer for everybody, and not showing independent initiative, as most secretaries do. They follow what's protocol within their own department. Well, she wasn't. She was following Trumpy's thing. Well, Trump doesn't know how it works. He's never learned. He's never learned anything throughout his whole life how things work. Okay? And when he's told no, he's got to understand, he's got to accept no. And the poor advice that his father gave him said, don't take responsibility for anything. That's very, very poor advice. You teach your kids responsibility and good morals, okay? You don't bribe, you don't extort, you don't do this, okay? Well, anyway, this, sorry, that was my ESPN going off. The Mariners are going to play soon. Anyway, what was I going to say? I'm not feeling, so you'll know, you probably already know this. I'm not feeling very good, so my voice is not. So I'm going to talk very little right now. I try to. Um, anyway, she was given the boot Friday. She was fired. And um, they're busy. Sounds like C-17 taking off. So if you hear a rumble, that's McCord over here. Anyway, she was given the boot. And then she was transferred to this, some kind of special envoy crap, which really takes her out of the power grab there. And then this guy, this senator, I've forgotten what his name was tapped for the position of Homeland Security. He admitted he was surprised by this, and he's not really ready for the job. Now, he's a little smarter. He may, who knows, he may request, he's supposed to be a avid Trump supporter, but he's a little smarter than Trump. He doesn't have any training in all this. You have to be trained in that field of work. You have to know your rules, you have to know your protocols, you work with ICE. Well, ICE needs to be banned. If I was, hypothetically, if I was Secretary of Homeland Security, I'd ban ICE altogether. Ban them. Relegate, focus on customs. Okay? And stop harassing people that are in the country legally or illegally, okay? And straighten out the immigration problem. Fix that. Fix the immigration issue. Find out where it's broken. Find out where there's redundancy. Find out where there's mixed communication. And fix that. In other words, do critical thinking and clean it up and do it the right way. Don't sit there and harass people when it's really not necessary. Trump doesn't understand that. He doesn't get it. And he's being an idiot about it. And yes, Trump, you were an idiot. Stephen Miller's an idiot. Stephen Miller, I pretty much suspect he's been pushing all this. That guy doesn't understand even. Even his own dad disowned him. Guess what that tells you. And Trump needs to be removed from office. He needs to be impeached, whole cabinet gone, whole new presidential administration in there. Put everything back the way it was. Put everything back. Rebuild the East Wing. And then make the East Wing, design it so where you have indoor, if necessary, indoor, like balls, things like that going on, okay? Make it like a multi-purpose building. Design it that way. Now, President Obama liked the tent thing because it gave it more seclusion and coziness and everything else. Of course, most of the parties were done in the summer when there was very few real nasty storms, okay? Once in a while you'd get a rainstorm roll through there, but not the current ones like we're experiencing right now. But all in all, we need a new administration in there, and I'm calling for that. And people say you're preaching to the choir. Well, so what? So what? I'm preaching to the choir. I'm going to push my camera down. There we go. So what? I'm preaching to the choir. It needs to be said. Stop being afraid of Trump. Push back. Remember, you're the boss. This is I am the boss. You're the boss that tells Congress and the president what to do, what's needed, and what should be corrected. Not the other way around. Okay? So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, it's 11 minutes. Oh, okay. Facebook fixed the, live thing. And they did some additions. Windows did some additions, which is better, running better. So, since I know many of you are busy today, since it's Monday, I'm going to go ahead and sign off early, and so I can rest my voice. It's not doing very well. And I'm waiting on my, hold on a minute, let me check something. I'm waiting on my toenail clippers today. And they're the new ergonomic type toenail clippers. Okay, so handles, straight across handles, which is hard to use. They have handles that come this way, and you just pinch this way and clip off your toenails. And they're very ergonomic. It's for seniors who have a hard time reaching down and clipping their toenails, which I think is cool. So anyway, and have a quick lunch. I will see you guys. Let me check my calendar. Hold on a second. Let me call up my calendar. 1 minute here. Okay, I will see you on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. As always, I will have other content we will talk about. When you need more news, watch Minus Touch. I don't always catch it live because there's the different times. Could watch Fair and Balanced. He's Central. Central Time. So you could listen to him. Watch and listen to him. He's so funny. But in many ways, he's right on a lot of things. They digs and finds information and everything else. And also, I am very angry about the acquisition of CNN and some of the other networks that have been combining for years. Come on, guys, knock off on the monopoly. Break it up, have it on separate thing. Hi, Dorothy. Good seeing you. Yeah, the internet's been kind of somewhat slow today. It's been acting up. Uh, as you can see, I've been fighting the crud. Hey, Dorothy, how you feeling? I hope better. Uh, I woke up Saturday morning with a sore throat, headache. I felt like I'd been run over by something. Um, I didn't go to church yesterday. I stayed home and watched the service. Um, so I hope to beat this by next weekend. Oh, good. Well, I'm just right in the middle of the throes of it. So, um, one thing about this crud, as I call it, when you kind of have a combination of everything, it really kills your appetite. And you're like, do I really feel like eating? Yeah, you do. You should eat, but you just don't feel all that super good about it. Well, I am been staying home. I just didn't want to give it to anybody, and I didn't feel like wearing a mask because I've been sneezing so much and everything. So I'm just like, you know what? Stay home. Fight it this way. So anyway, yeah, when you get a chance, Dorothy, watch the beginning of this video, and it kind of came in kind of late, but that's okay. That's okay. You can always watch the beginning of it. Be sure to share. I don't mind you sharing. We need to be, independent podcasters and everything else. Say what we think. And you say, this is what I grew up with. And I don't agree with this MAGA crap. They're a bunch of idiots. And you can see that once he came into being president, the so-called president, they came out of the woodwork. And of course, now one of their own attacking them, you know. And so, in many ways, he brought it on himself. So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I will post this on my YouTube channel, the same name. I need more subscribers. And I will talk to you on Wednesday. Take care, stay safe. Oh, and tornado season starting. So be sure you have all your emergency supplies and everything handy. They had a tornado touchdown Friday in Oklahoma, and it was near the town of Waukeeta, if you remember the name. That's the town that starred in Twister back in 1995. The current tornado from last Friday just missed it between like Waukeeta and Renfrew. And they said there was a lot of storm debris and everything. So they haven't put out what the EF scale is, Fujita scale is, on that. So, but 2 people did get killed in that, unfortunately. They said that storm kind of came out of the middle of nowhere, more than anything. So I will see you later. You have a good evening too. Root for your favorite teams, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Talk to you later. Love to all, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.